Hi everyone, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home. Today we're going to do some stamping, but first of all I wanted to show you how to make your own box frame. So we're starting here, but then we're going to stamp it up and have a bit of stamping fun. So we're going to start off with an 8-inch square. So we go over to the thing here, and because the maintain aspect ratio is on, it will stay the same both sides. So 8 inches. Now this is where we've got to decide how wide you want the frame at the front. If I show you, if we layer duplicate and I do 10 inches, that means there'll be an inch all the way round. So that's like that. I personally feel like it needs to be a bit bigger. So I'm going to change that to 11 up here, and we'll see what that's like. We'll align them both, so go over both of them and center middle. Now I think that's a bit better. It will be a big box frame if you do it that size, but if we start off by doing it this size, then you can change it to any size you like, as long as you keep everything when you change it. So the next thing we can do, if you click on the big box, right click, arrange, send to the back. I think you might be able to do it on layer. Yeah, arrange, send to the back. And then get them both and remove overlap. Click off. You see the line is a bit thick around there. That's because there's an extra one now. Now this is a free space. Look, you click, it won't go on. You click on the frame, it will come on. So that's now just almost like punching out the middle. So then we need the sides. Now, if you want to do one this big, you don't want it all together because there's not enough room. So I've done it so if you do the sides separately, we'll get a rectangle. If we do the sides separately, then they're done and you can resize them anyhow you like. I mean, some of it will probably fit in the middle of that to take that space up if you wanted. Okay, so I'm going to untick aspect ratio. The width I want is the same as the width of the frame. So that's, I think it was 11, wasn't it, we done? You have to excuse my voice. 11, and I want 2 inches because I like it an inch deep. So the box frame to be 1 inch deep. If you want it more than that, then you have to consider how deep you want it and then half each side to stick it together. So I want it an inch deep and then half an inch on the top and bottom to stick it to the top and bottom frame. So now this is a bit awkward, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the X and Y. I don't know if any of you have used it. So the X, I want it on exactly 1. So I'm going to go, don't know what happened there. Why are you moving like that? Okay, I'm going to use the arrows, I think. And then the Y we want on 2. So it's exactly on the lines, we know exactly where it is. And then we're going to try and get in as close as we can, which isn't very close, I'll be honest. Actually, I think we can move in a bit closer. There we go. Now the reason I've done this, actually I'm going to bring the Y down to 250 because I want 1/2 inch on either side with 1 inch running through the middle. Can you see that? And then what we're going to do, we're going to bring up the nodes. Now this isn't going to take long. We're going to add one. So the line we want, that highlighted line, we need to add a node. And where we need to put it is on the grid line. And then we need to press that and make sure this one is now highlighted. Add another one and put that down the grid line like that. And then we're going to come over to the other side and do the same thing. So we've got to make sure this line is highlighted. Add a node and bring it down. And then pick that line again and add another one. And this time we're going up. So you see we've got 2 extra nodes. And the reason I'm doing that, you now go on there and you're going to come in a little bit. On each corner. There's no exact measurement. I wouldn't worry about that too much. But as you know, we cut the corners away for when we're folding it. So that's that done. And then you can click off. And then we need our 2 score lines. So that is this one here, path tool. Put it on the corner. We know exactly where it's got to go because we're halfway down in inches. And hold the shift key. Double click. Up here at the top, the last one, change it to a dash line and repeat. Path tool. Click, hold the shift key so it stays straight. Double click and up here for the dash tool. And there you have it. Now what I want you to do is just group it all so it's all together. Layer, group, and then display, zoom to max size, and you know you need 4 of them. So layer, duplicate, pick them both, layer, duplicate. That's for the outside. So we've got 4 of them for the outside, and now you need to do the same for the inside. But the inside ones, I'm just going to check actually. I'm just thinking if we just squeeze these up, I think it will work. I'll try it, and if it doesn't work, I'll show you how to do it. Yeah, look, there we go. That's perfect, isn't it? Oh, hang on. That's my mistake. We need to measure, because obviously that's being stuck under. So this is the width it has to be. Which, if I remember rightly, was 8. Okay. Well, that was easy enough. Because we haven't had to move any inches or anything like that, because we've only gone up. So 4 of them, and 2 of these. Although, okay, 1 11-inch square without the centre taken out. Silly me. Sorry about that, guys. So before you remove overlap, if you save one 11-inch square or just cut out an 11-inch square, then this is the rest of it. And if you get it cut, we can then go over to the craft table and we'll have some fun with stamping. And I'll show you how to put it together. You don't need this, that you can delete. And there we have it. Okay, I'll see you over at the craft table.
Hi to you all. So as you can see, I've cut it all out and I've stuck most of it together. I've left a couple of parts just so that I can show you how to do it in case you're a bit unsure. So I've just used the usual bookbinding glue, and all you're going to do is put glue down one of the edges. There we go, like that. And you're just going to stick it, and make sure you stick to this point here. And they should fit exactly point to point if you've measured them right and cut them right. And then we just want to make sure that it's stuck right. Now I've done two of the inside. The reason I haven't done the other two, I started to with this one, and you see the glue's dried on it. But if I put that in, then it's going to be really hard to paint because they overlap while they're like that. So I just thought maybe it would be better to paint them before we stuck them two on. Although we've got two on, the other two, yeah, I just, because you can see if we put them on, they're going to overlap here. So it's going to be difficult to paint. So I want to paint them and then stamp a little bit. So I'm using the indigo blue paint. This one's Sleeping Beauty, so it's a little bit metallic. You know I love the metallic. Well, I love the indigo blue. Okay, so I'm going to do the little ones first. Which side did I glue? Just so I know they're done. I want it to look like a dark night. And I think this is the perfect colour. It's called Sleeping Beauty because the metallics are all named after like Disney. It's not really Disney, is it? But there we go. You can see the paint goes on lovely. Didn't need to do either of them, did I? Okay, so that's the two sides done. And now we're just going to go for it. Okay, well I'll finish this off and I'll paint it all, and then I'll come back to you once it's dry, and I'll tell you if I had to do another coat. I don't think so, though. It's looking good at the minute. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, that's all done, and I've stuck the two sides in as well, as you can see. I've also done the bottom part and painted that the same. Now we want to stamp around. This is where you have to make the choice, because even, you know, I'm deciding which is going to be better. If we make it up now, then we can't follow the pattern round. But if we do it flat, obviously there is a line there where this bit goes under, so there's a dip, so a tiny part of this probably won't stamp out. So I think I'm going to make it up now and just try my best to stamp around it. I think in the long run that'll look better. You can decide what you think is better, but I know that that won't stamp all the way across there. So I'm going to put it together now. What I'm going to do is do the outside bits first and then do the insides bit by bit. I think that, again, for me, that sounds the easier way. So I'm going to start with the first side. I only used one coat of paint, by the way. I forgot to tell you that, guys, sorry. So if I lay that flat like that and put this one, hold on. It's going to go on like that, isn't it? So yeah, I need to do it that way. So that would be the very first side. You can always touch up afterwards. As you see here, I haven't got enough blue paint just on the edge. You can just touch up afterwards. Be easy enough. I think while I leave that there, I'll just do this side. If I'm doing too much Christmas for you guys, you need to let me know. I can't help it. I love Christmas. But I'd love to hear from you if you've got some ideas you'd like me to do, or you want me to stop with the Christmas. Checking that side stuck down, but that's stuck down good now. It's just this side. Not getting the end right for some reason. Oh, it's bent a little bit. It's a bit fiddly, this bit, but it does It does work. Trust me, it does come together. Behave. There we go. Okay, this is the hard bit because you're going to have to push to get it past these two, but you need that there for when it's actually down. So although it looks like it doesn't fit, when they're all in together, it does. There we go. Now stamping, I could not decide whether to use embossing powders or the paints. Excuse me. Like the metallic Snow White paint. But I think I really want to go with embossing powders. So we're going to give that a go. I don't know if you know the trick for these pads, that if you just put a little bit of the glycerin on it, it reworks it. It does the same thing. That's all I've done. Just getting the anti-static. Should have thought of that at first, eh? Okay. So I think I'm going to stick with these snowflakes around the top and maybe do the multiple snowflakes. Around the sides. I know I'm doing what I tell you never to do. So diamond white now. That's a bit better. See how much the bag makes a difference. You don't think it's going to, but it really does. Now that hasn't stamped out brilliantly because of the it's dented a little bit, but I might leave it like that. You don't want to overheat it, so as soon as you see it change is when you should be moving it off it. Okay, so I'm still kind of getting things ready, but there's just a couple of things I want to go over with you. I keep changing direction on what I'm going to do, but I've decided I'm going to do a little scene in there of just a cityscape, and then I'm just going to decorate around it. So I just thought I'd show you quickly. I'm going to stamp on Santa's sleigh, and he's going to be going at an angle, but right at the top, like that. Just make sure it's all okay. And I'm going to do it with black embossing powder so that it looks like a shadow. And I did use the me bag first. Okay, I'm just going to shake it around a little bit. Probably should have done this beforehand, huh? Oh no, that's all right. That's actually come out pretty good. So it's just showing you that you can mix. I'm doing a bit of stamping, I've done a bit of die cutting. Let me just heat this up and then... There we go. And then I'll sort that out in a minute. Just wanted to show you quickly. I had a really old skyline, and what I thought I would do is just chuck it in there. So we need to... like that, and then I've done extra bits that we can just kind of add on behind it. Just cut that bit off. And then we can just add behind so that it's rows of houses. Didn't really think of that now, did I? Actually, if I do like that, then it I might cut that bit off, I don't like it. So I do it from that end. So it's just fiddling around, and I've just done it like silhouette, so it's because it's a dark night. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? Yeah. So play with it until you're happy and then stick it down. I thought I'd done 4. No, I can't find the other one. Actually, that might be good. So as you can see, all I'm doing is I'm playing around. I've used stamps, dies, and really whatever I've got to try and just build up whatever. I've cut out loads of ferns and trees and things like that as well. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to use a cityscape or the trees or a bit of both. So yeah, it's just playing around really. I just wanted to show you I'd done that. And then I'm going to do some on acetate. So I'll come back and show you that when I'm ready for that. Okay, so I've got to the acetate bit. Believe it or not, there is a sheet of acetate on there. The one thing I say about stamping on acetate, unless you're doing heat embossing powder, you need StazOn. Okay, that's one of the only inks that will take on acetate, and it's a very, very sticky ink. I'm just going to do a couple of sentiments so that I can show you how to do. It smells of almonds, like marzipan. It's lovely. Didn't get enough ink on it that time. That's all right, I'll leave it. Do it again. The thing about stamping on acetate, if you want to use it, you haven't got to cut it out like really intricately difficultly. There we go. Because it doesn't need it. So I'm going to do a couple of verses because I'm not sure which one I want to use first. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to glitter on the back. But you can colour on the back or the front. You can like I said, heat emboss. Okay, just a little bit further up, I'm going to do this one. But I'm going to glitter because it's Christmas. And I'm going to do a couple of stamp flourishes. Now the Holly Jolly Christmas is a Chloe stamp, and then this is the indigo blue one. Just get the other flourish stamp that I wanted to use, and it's another Chloe one. It's a well-used flowy one. It's this one. All my stamps are fairly old now because I tend to stick to the ones I like. So I'm just going to do this, because this with glitter on is just fabulous. If you're doing multiple colours of glitter, then obviously it's going to take time because you need one bit to dry before you move on. There I am, not stamping on a flat surface. The thing about StazOn is it's really hard to wash off. Okay, so just trying to work out where it is. There we go. I'll probably do a couple of these if I'm being honest. Yeah, it didn't feel like that was going on very well. I don't know if I'll be able to go over the same one. I'm a bit worried about doing that, I've got to be honest. Let's try it. I knew I shouldn't have done that. I know you can get these stamping platforms now, so it's the same, but I've got to be honest, I still prefer my blocks. I do have one, but I always reach for these now. There we go, that's much better. Okay, so we've got all the stamping done on acetate. StazOn is a bit harder to work with. And then all I would do, to be honest with you, I was just going to turn it over so that we can work on the back. Quickie glue pen and glitter. I do love a quickie glue pen. So I'm thinking holly jolly Christmas, we probably need a green. So I've got so many glitters. So all we're going to do is go over the back with the glue. And all it'll do is look like it's been written with the glitter, but still nice bit of black in the middle of it. If you are deciding that you want to use the heat powders, embossing powders, you're supposed to use heat acetate, but I've got to be honest, I have never ever used the heat acetate. I make sure I've got good quality acetate, and then you've got to be a bit more careful, but it still works better. So I'll just put the glitter on and then flick it off. This is just my fingerprints again. We can sort that out after. So that on the front you can see it's still black writing, but it's got some nice green glitter on it. Now if we was doing the flourish here, it's a bit better because you can colour it in. Just get my glasses. So we've got some holly on here, so if we do that first, because it's a similar colour, and all you do is colour in. I think that's the problem. I think I've got glue on my hand. Okay, let's just do them for now, just so that I can show you the difference. So obviously we have to wait for the glue to dry to see the holly properly, but you can see there. So if we coloured all that in, we had a different green for the other leaves, and then we done the red berries and white berries all in glitter, and then we can just add it. So I'm going to be doing that. I just wanted to show you how I done it. So I'll come back when all that's done, and I will see you then. Okay, so I've done all that. There you can see, there's one of them. And now all it is putting bits together. I'll just, that I've cut it in half, but that's the sort of holly flourish that I done. And now it's just a case of putting it all together. So I've got one of these little wood. I've tied it with a bit of twine and some cinnamon stick. And now it's just gathering everything and seeing where I can put it. So I was thinking if I put that there, I've just got loads of different bits, see what I can put. I thought that might go nice, and maybe a red one that side. Or how about like that? Okay, so all I'm going to do is have a sort of play around. I'm just going to refill my syringe. then it's just really left to you how you want to do it, because obviously each to their own personal taste. I've put this, let's see, can you see? Now that's been stamped out, and then I've cut out a few different layers and layered it up, and then put the words "Have a Holly Jolly Christmas." So that's on the bottom of it. And then it's, yeah, like I said, it's just, you know, what you prefer to do. You might want to leave it, or you might want to put loads on. It's personal taste at this point. I like a lot of faff at Christmas, I've got to be honest. It's the only time you can get away with glitter and sparkle to your heart's content. Just wanted to make sure I was shutting that properly. So, I've stuck this one on already, and then I just started playing around to see what would go nice. Now I do like that just there in the corner with the holly bits underneath, just coming out a little bit so that you can see them. And then we'll put the flowers on. I prefer to use Pinflair because you've got time to move it into place, and you've also got when it dries, it really dries properly. So just a couple of poinsettias, different colours like that. I think that's what will do it. Where's the... I think I will just break the top of that off and just put it coming out the top of them, just as an added little oomph. So we'll put that along there like that. I don't want it completely on, I do want it going over the picture a little bit. And then we'll just put that there, because I'm hoping these will go nicely in the middle of them. Just put that down a minute. I didn't twirl them round enough. There we go. Let's give it a bit of lift there. And there. And then this one. Like that. Then I got these, like, it's a die I had, Britannia dies. It's really handy though, I love this. I don't, like I said, I don't keep many of my dies anymore, just simply because the scan and cut is just, it's, although a die can be easier sometimes, scan and cut can resize it and can do it more perfect. But sometimes a die is quicker and exactly what you want, so So these, what I was thinking, because I've got some white beads as well, so I thought just along here, if I just start off under there like that, so it really is just messing around and seeing what you like or don't like. Which is my favourite kind of crafting, if you ask me. One more piece. Just coming down from there like that. And then do the same that I'd done with the red, but with the white. Just twirl them round. There we go. And then I think what I'll do is just put a couple more holly down there, like that. There we go. Where's the other? I had two of them. What have I done with the other one? That's the trouble, isn't it? You lose everything. Okay, well let's just do a couple more of these then. I actually think that might look nice coming out of there. So that's because I wanted to build a scene, a Christmas scene. You might want to put a photo in and build something around that. It's choice really, isn't it? But so you can stop there or you can keep going. It's entirely up to you. But that's as far as I've got. See if I can get it in focus. There we go. That's the whole thing. What I might do is add a bit of snow on the trees and the roofs, possibly. But I think I might stop because I do have a terrible habit of just keep going and going too far. So that is one idea. And then, like I said, if you want to put a photo in there and then build a Christmas theme around it, or, you know, do 2019 so you can see what year it's from. There is just so much you can do with it. But hopefully you've enjoyed that and I've given you some great ideas. I'd love to see them, as always. So good luck with yours and thank you for watching again. Okay, I'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye.